Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of What Young Broke in Investing. We got Roman here and Zion coming at you with some cool facts and all the good information for the day.
Yes, sir. We got a whole lot of stuff coming at you guys today. Number one, this video is part one of a two-part series for this week. So this one's coming up on Tuesday. We have another one coming up on Thursday with a special guest. It's going to be Jacob Clayton of JC Scott. And this brother is going crazy out in Dallas, but he is working all over the United States right now, making custom suits and really making people understand the value of investing in themselves. So we're going to talk about investing in self together. And then we want to get Jacob on here and really talk about all that he knows and his expertise in the field. And then, of course, we're going to have pet facts going on today. And then we have sterling statements coming at you guys a little bit later, all coming to you guys right after we show you all of Jacob's handles and all of that good stuff. So you can go follow him right after those messages. In addition to Jacob coming onto the show, we also have a giveaway. Our first giveaway that we are excited about. We are going to be giving one of you guys some money. One of y'all is going to get some money. All you have to do is go like, subscribe, and follow the different channels that we're on. We are at YBI LLC on YouTube. Not YouTube. That's on Instagram,
Yeah.
Facebook,
YBI_LLC. Yep, on everything.
There you go. We're going to add the tag handles up or somewhere around here so you guys know exactly where to go follow us. But when you do that, we're going to enter your name into a random generator, and Jacob is going to actually be pulling one of you guys to actually win a gift card. We'll reach out to you via whatever that social media is, and we will let you know if you won. So stay tuned. We are super excited to be able to provide one of you guys some money to go invest for yourself. Okay, so let's get into it. First and foremost, what is this man doing here? We got a special
Ruffles?
guest on.
Yeah, he popped back up. Our first profit puppy,
Oh, okay.
He wanted some love, so
he's just grandfathered in.
Yeah.
To the program now.
Exactly. We're recording at the house. Puppy's gonna pop up sometimes.
Hey, I feel you. I feel you. Yeah, we got to get an office, bro. That's what we need to do. We got to get an office. So, investing in self, man. How do you feel about it? What does that mean for you when somebody says investing in self?
It can go two ways for me. It can go to like taking that time for yourself and like just getting higher education, or it also can be a sense of taking extra classes or just picking up a new skill to where you can also grow your income. When you take that extra time, like maybe take that extra class and whatever skill, you can go from making, let's say $10 an hour to making $30 an hour just for picking up that new trade and skill. That right there just increases your income, and they may even like lower your workload over time. Even myself right now, like I'm taking more IT classes just so I can do more like jobs and roles with that. Just increasing those skills adds more to your resume, and you can end up doing more things that increase your income and revenue overall, and that way you can do more things with it. As well as, just reading, meditating. I meditate a lot. Try to do yoga every now and again. My girl tried to get me to do it and fell off a little bit, but try to do whatever little things you kind of can do to help yourself feel better.
Absolutely. So for me, there is a huge emphasis on investing in self. And that came from listening to millionaires, listening to Oprah, listening to Warren Buffett talk about how they take time for themselves. So that's really where investing in self started for me. It looked like all the things that I'm doing in my day-to-day life, I have to make sure that there is going to be time for me. So when I was in college, it was go crazy, go to practice, go to work, go back to practice, go lift, go do this, go do that, go eat at some point. But I had to make sure that by the time I was in bed at 10 o'clock, that I was able to watch a TV show or two, just to bring myself down. But that was my time. That's literally time that I blocked off on my calendar. Like, don't call me, don't text me, you won't get a response.
Do not disturb.
Exactly, man. It's so important that people understand that you have time for yourself. So the investment that you're making, either time-wise or with money that you're using, is going towards something that's going to better you as an individual. So time-wise, sleep. is an investment in self. Like
Yeah.
real life, sleep and eating is an
That's your
investment in self.
mental and emotional stability right there. You can't do anything if yourself is just like unstable in your own foundation of yourself. If you're just stressed or angry or anxious all day, then you need to figure out something where you can get more of like the internal piece as well, so that where you can go out and end up doing more things and put yourself out there and things like that. You can't do that. You can't wear yourself out.
Can't weigh yourself out, and that's been told to me so many times. Like I told you guys that I work like 3 or 4 jobs just to do it, you know. But at the end of the day, like I said, there is an investment that I had to make, and that was in making sure that I was getting enough sleep and eating when necessary, even though I'd be forced to eat sometimes because, you know, I don't have time. You know, that phrase, I don't have time, is a sign that you're not investing in yourself well.
Time is
You have
relative.
I mean, time is very relative. Time is very relative because you make
So
time for
throw
what
that
you
in
want
there.
at the end of the day. You make time to call whoever you want to call. You make time to send emails to whoever, you know, responds to you. So it's like you have to make some time for yourself. And ways to do that are like there's a bunch of ways to do it. So like the ways that Roman were talking about was reading books. Reading books is important. One, because it's taking time for you to just be with yourself. You're increasing your knowledge and your mental capacity. But at the same time, you are specifically taking time that is for nobody else. It's not that you're trying to do anything for anybody else. It is for you and you alone. That is massive, and that's so important.
You brought up sleep. Sleep's also important. A lot of people think, pulling all nighters to work on projects and things like that is what you kind of need to do sometimes. Sometimes you do. It's just the way your schedule ends up lining up. But actually, having 7 to 9 hours of sleep does actually increase your focus and productivity to where you get almost pretty much the same amount of work done, but better work. You're not just putting out subpar work because you're only getting 2 or 3 hours of sleep or 4 hours of sleep. You need to make sure you are taking care of your body so that way you can go out there and actually be your top self. If you're running at 50% all day, that's not good. If you can actually run at, your 90, 100% or higher self through the day, you're going to feel a lot better. You're going to want to do more things instead of just feeling all groggy and grumpy all day.
That's insane, man. Like I have insomnia, and even through my 4 years of college, there was not a single night that I pulled an all-nighter for schoolwork. Not a single night. Like not a single night.
Lucky, I
So
definitely did.
you did? Like I don't even think I know anybody that was like, oh man, I gotta stay up all night. Like what were you doing where you had to pull an all-nighter?
Internships. My
I had an
internship was at a
internship.
studio though, so like a recording studio. So we would, I would go in there from my classes would be like 9 a.m. to like 5. I would work at Best Buy from like, oh no, I think class like 9 to 2, then work from like 3 to 10, and go to my internship from like midnight to 6 a.m. That was my schedule for some
So
parts.
that's your fault.
Which,
That's just
yeah,
poor planning.
yeah.
That's
I
just poor
mean,
time
I had to
management.
work. I had to work to pay for college.
Yeah,
When
yeah, yeah.
so like that's gonna come up at a later time of just getting through that type of thing. But that was just a point in life where you got to make money to pay for college, so you got to get internships. So you can get a job after college, and
Here's what I did. Here's what I did, bro. No lie. I went to school in Naperville, and then one semester I actually took a class. I took classes downtown Chicago, stayed downtown and everything. Um, my internship was a paid internship that was paying more than my current job at the time. So I left my current job, worked for the internship. So kill two birds with one stone at that
yeah,
point. I
yeah. If
was
you get a
like,
paid
that's the way
internship,
for me to do it. Oh yeah, bro, this internship had nothing to do with my degree. Do you know? Nothing. But I finessed it. I finessed it. They said that it was fine. And, it worked out at the end of the day. So that was my number one thing was I know that my schedule is going to end up looking like yours if I don't do something like this. So I ended up doing it and enjoying the rest of the experience of living literally in the smack dab of Chicago, like downtown Chicago. It was magnificent. The
nice.
lake at your front window and you got the city at your back window. Ridiculous. I'm living on like the 30th floor of this high-rise building. People are looking at me like, can you afford this? I'm like, no. What do you mean? Not at all. But investment in self. That's what that was. Is that I said, you know what? It makes more sense for me to leave where I'm currently employed and to go work somewhere else in order to make sure that I have enough time for me to do what I have to do at the end of the day, which is I had a basketball court in the building, full gym, basketball court. I'm sorry. I just
Especially in
my,
this
my former
COVID
life was
time.
better.
Especially in this COVID time, you definitely, a lot of people before had They said they never had time for themselves. Always, get up, go to work, go home, go to bed, whatever. Especially in this time when most of us are still sitting at home most of the day. Have that extra time or have those extra few hours to do something at home that makes you feel better, whether it's even a DIY home project or something like that. Gardening, whatever kind of gives you kind of peace in your day. Walking, whatever you kind of have to do to get that kind of internal peace is really what you kind of want to focus on, and add that into your routine now every day. Even as we start to go back to work, include those in your routines. Even now, like this week, I had to tell my job, like, I can't come in today because I had to. This podcast is also an investment in myself. This is something I do, something I like to do, something that gives me peace as well. And just taking time to get things in my own life done so that you're not always just giving. You have to give to yourself too, like paying yourself. It's just like that. You got to give to yourself before you can give to everyone else.
Right. And in terms of investing, you have to look at yourself as a business. So you have business expenses, which means that I was an athlete, and as an athlete, I may have a little bit of money coming in from this or that, right? And I can take that money, let's say I made $100 for whatever. So now I have $100. Am I going to take that $100 and am I going to put it into a stock or a bond, or am I going to take that $100 and buy a new pair of shoes that's going to allow me to perform at a higher level? For me, I had to go take that money and invest in some shoes that's going to allow me to run at a higher level, because at the end of the day, more teams are going to see me, more teams were going to know, oh, this person is this good or XYZ.
Yeah.
That allows me to get more exposure, which increased my investment.
I like how you brought that up, because a lot of people don't, some get too frugal, too cheap on some things. They're like, well, I don't want to buy this thing, but you have to buy equipment that's going to better yourself. Like if you're in videography, you got to buy a new computer, a new camera.
That quality,
athlete,
bro. Get the quality.
Yeah, exactly. If you're going to be doing those things, investing in, especially when you spend some money on it, it puts your mindset to be like, okay, I got to put some more focus and time into this, because now I didn't spend my hard-earned money on it. Now I got to put more time in it so I can like grow that. Buying lights, buying cameras, buying whatever you need to kind of get what you need to get done, like that helps as well.
Yeah, and making, on the flip side, when you look at, oh man, I have to spend $400 to buy a brand new camera, but because I have this new camera, now I can go and take better shots, which means I can charge more for my service. At the end of the day, you're going to get that money back and you're going to make more. So in the same way that Roman is saying, yeah, I'm going to actually take more classes. So he's taking more classes that are going to increase his knowledge, and then he can charge people more for the services and for the knowledge that he's acquired. That is something that's going to end up paying itself off. I'm doing the exact same thing by going back to get my master's. Fortunately, I don't have to pay anything for it, but I'm increasing my knowledge capacity and I'm increasing my resume. My resume is going to look so much stronger now that I have a master's degree rather than just a bachelor's. And that's going to allow people to say, we should give him more money. And I'm going to say, yes, please. Yes, please. Like, that's exactly what I'm looking for.
Rain.
Here we go. Excellent conversation with you, man. Just getting the tip of the iceberg, really, because we have Jacob coming on in the next episode to really dive deep into what he knows about investing in self, because all he does is get people to see the value in themselves. We are going to be suit and tie next episode, and it's going to be a business. It's going to be all business on that episode. So I'm really excited for that. But before we get there, of course, we have to do pet facts today. So what do you have for me, my guy?
Our pet facts are coming from Gypsy and Gizmo from Amy Russell over in Arizona. She has 2 little cute chinchillas. They are adorable. And we're going to send this as the change chinchillas, as the change that's going on in America. We have a lot of things going on in policy and things like that are also affecting businesses and such. Like just today, June 17th on the day recording this. Yep. We have Quaker Oats changing Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben on their logos to not fit stereotypes anymore. Anyone that doesn't know that, aunties and uncles and like mamas and mammies and pappies come from like slave culture back in the days, and I'm finally happy to see that they're actually starting to change that on their logo, because I thought about this when I was like 16 or 13. I'm like, why is their logo still like this? That's definitely like deep-rooted racism in that. So I'm really happy they're starting to do that. The Supreme Court passed this week you cannot discriminate against someone for their sexual orientation. So if you're trans, you're gay, queer, lesbian, you can no longer be fired for that reason, which I don't know why it took so long.
Right.
The Constitution did say, you couldn't discriminate someone from hiring based on their sex, but not based on their sexual orientation. So I'm happy to see it was 6-3 vote, just because some of the judges felt like it was a Congress issue, not like a court ruling issue and things like that. But no matter what, it was passed, and I'm happy to see that America's starting to see more changes. Finally, there's more talk of Juneteenth coming up that hopefully is going to end up being passed as a national holiday. Let's if we can get that going, that'll be great. If anyone don't know what Juneteenth is, it's coming up this Friday, this week that we're recording this for June 19th. It's the day that slavery was actually abolished here in America and it was fully emancipated. So we were free-ish, as a lot of people will say. And that's coming up. So I'm excited to see what the changes that are coming to America, coming to the world and things like that. How it's going to affect the business world and the community.
Excellent. Change chinchillas. I'm definitely going to be interested in seeing how the shift from Quaker is going to affect their stocks, because I know personally, I started pulling money from companies that haven't made it clear that Black Lives Matter. Mm-hmm. North Face was one of the companies that made it abundantly clear. So I bought a North Face backpack. Cost a little bit more, but it's got a charger in the bag. Shout out to them. That's real. But then you start looking at places like Ben & Jerry. They have been very vocal about the fact that Black Lives Matter. So now to see that Quaker is doing the same thing, I'd be interested in seeing their stock over time and how that's going to affect them. I feel like it's going to have a positive effect because at the end of the day, that change is necessary. And as you said, change is coming through the world and through our voices. So I appreciate you coming through with the pet facts for today. Moving on to sterling statements, just a couple of statements that we want to have for you guys to take away. Number one, make yourself a priority. Understand that investing in self is very, very necessary. You are a business and you need to treat yourself as such. You need to make sure that your business is running at optimally, really. So keep yourself sleeping well and eating right, and invest in whatever it is that you need in order to make you a better entity at the end of the day. Think of new ways to invest in yourself. So don't just do the same things. So one day, if you're reading a book under a tree, fantastic. Next day, go for a run, because your physical body is very necessary. This is the personal trainer and me coming out. So make sure that your physical health is good as well. And just keep yourself running at an optimal level, people. That's exactly what we want from you today. Stay tuned. Again, we have a giveaway coming on Thursday. Jacob J.C. Scott is going to be here. We are super excited to have him on board. Go follow him. Check out what he's doing. And we are super excited to have you guys. Any last words from you, my brother?
Also, I want everyone to please comment and send us anything of what you all did this week to invest in yourself, or just strategies you've already been doing. We can bring those up on the channel for like the top 3 that we get or whatever. Whether it's, meditation, yoga, whatever routine you kind of have, just send that to us. We want to hear what you guys are doing, hear what's going on with you. And like, comment,
we also have pet facts for next week. We have some for next week. And so we're getting pet facts. We need more pets though. So continue to send in your pets. So if you send us a snake, you might actually make it to the top of the list, because we have a couple things that we want to say for snakes and some other things. So
send us some lizards, some reptiles, some birds, some like
alligators.
We got a lot of dogs, a lot of cats. We have some chinchillas today, but
yeah, mix it up. We like to keep it mixed up. We don't discriminate here. All pets matter. All right. We're about to get out of here, man. As always, make sure that you know that you may be young and you may be broke, but we're always invested. Till next time, guys.
Peace. Hey everybody, thank you for listening to Young Broke and Investing. We just want to let you know that these are the opinions of the hosts, are not meant to be the basis of any security purchases or investments. We're trying to give a little information out there for everybody, and have fun and be safe.